Hello Internet, how we all doing today? Hopefully it's great weather outside for you guys. For me it is a great weather. It's sunny, but the weather is just super nice and I love it. But today we're not going to talk about weather, we are talking about me telling a story. So this week's story is going to be about that I am stupid. Okay, I consider myself stupid all the time, but that's okay. I'm just gonna tell you stupid things about my life. But this story has to do with work. Now, this story is a very surprising yet weird thing that just happened to my life. But I'm gonna just tell you a story, an incident that happened to me at work. So I've been working at this place called Cracker Barrel. I've been working there for 2 years, and I have I work so many things. I work hosting, I work retail, I work cash, I also work as a busser, but I work so many things. Like, I'm just a very hardworking person. But this story, I'm just laughing at this because how weird am I? But this past Sunday, I was working and we were not that busy of a day. Usually on Sundays we are busy, but that day we were not busy. But let me back this story back a little bit. I was working as a busser that day. I was originally supposed to work as a host, but it ended up being that I ended up working as busser for many reasons. This dishwasher called out and there was no busser we have it because they put the busser in the back to do dishwashing, and then I volunteered to do it, and then I texted a host for taking a shift, and then she came up and I started bussing, and it was an alright day. But all of a sudden, and this is around like 1 o'clock ish, all of a sudden it is 1 o'clock and our machine, we have this like system up there that it like has, it's basically like we have the whole dining room up there, and we also have the printing machine which prints out, when you seat the table, it prints out this chit and it tells what table it is. But when our scouter, who has the mini, she's seating people from that, but our caller, who is at the podium, the system is at the podium and the printer is up there also, it wasn't printing out paper. So I all of a sudden decided to help on that. I was like, okay, what's the problem? Looking at this problem, and it's just ridiculous. And there's like a lot of people just coming in, and then one of my managers comes up. And to be honest, I actually do not like this manager. I hate him so much. But he comes up, he's like, what's the problem? And I'm like, okay, this was not working. And I'm trying to be a patient person because I don't lose my mind this like really fast or something, but it just completely loses my mind. He's like, oh, I'll fix it. And then he went to fix it and he's like, okay, it's working. And I was like, oh great, thank God. And he left, and then we tried to seat somebody and it didn't work. It told it was an error for that. So then I told him on the radio, hey, this is not working. You have to come back for this because it's not working. And he comes back and he's still like, oh, it was working before. I'm like, well, it's not printing out names, so you got a problem here. And then all of a sudden, there's a clash ton of people just come to the podium. And again, if you haven't seen my How Should I Be Dead video, I'll add it to a card to this video, but I get into a panic mode into it, but I still try to be calm about it. Like, okay, you gotta be calm, you can't be freaking out about this, like there's no way you can't be freaking about this. So I decided to jump onto hosting. I stopped bussing. I was like, this problem needs to be fixed. So I started like taking names. All of a sudden the printer started working, and then I was like, oh great. And then it was printing out names, and then I was really confused because I was trying to match the names to our screen because where we originally set them and all that good stuff, because some of them like got printed, the old ones got printed off, and I was like, oh my gosh, really? And then I started taking names because it's like, oh my god. So, and then I'm taking names, and my managers are yelling in my ear. They're like, it's like my least favorite manager. He's like, come on, guys, seat this fast. Come on, seat him. And there's my other manager. He's like, he's like, guys, come on, do it. And then we didn't answer, so our third manager was like, guys, please answer him. Come on. And I just lost my mind. I was like, can you give me just a second, please, and thank you? It's gonna be taking a minute, thank you. And I just put it away, and I was like, holy cow, what did I just do? But then I had to calm myself down because it was just not good whatsoever. Because I yelled in that radio so loud that guests were in front of me, and they just looked at me, and I was like, I wanted to apologize so bad, but I was just like, I can't, because I was just like working really fast. But then we are seating people, and then it started to calm down. I was like, okay, good, we got this. Some people were like telling me, there's one of the cashiers who was telling me to calm down, and one of the retail people were telling me to calm down, and they were just telling me to calm down, and I was just like, okay, I'm calm now, I'm good. And we were good to go, and it was all right. But then it was 2:00, 2:05 to be exact, and it's time for me to go. So I asked my manager, I was like, hey, can I go home? And by the way, I was still in a really bad mood because of that, because I wasn't expecting them to be yelling in my ear and I getting mad at them. So I was just really in a bad mood whatsoever, especially the least favorite manager. I asked him if I could go home, and he's like, yeah, but come here for a second. I almost was like, okay, and I said okay, and I was in my mind thought was, I'm getting fired, because the way, I mean, he wasn't like serious or something, but he in my head, that was the first thing that came into my head. I was like, great, I'm getting fired today, like this is happening. I yelled at them once and they're gonna fire me. So he takes me to the office, and I am like a little bit terrified right now. I love my job, it's not like I hate it or whatsoever. I was beating so hard, like my heart was beating so fast that I was like, oh my god, I'm getting fired. And he opens the door, and I get into the office, and he hands me, mind you, the least favorite manager, and I thought he hated me too, so that's another weird thing, but he handed me Employee of the Month. What? What? He handed me Employee of the Month. He's like, here, you're in the Employee of the Month, and I was like, no, you are joking with me. And he's like, no, here it is, and he handed me this, and I'm looking down to this. I am looking down at this name, and it said my name on it. I was like, no way, I got the Employee of the Month. Oh my god. And then one of our ETC person, her name is Kim, and she was telling us to come out and we can celebrate together, and I was like kind of shy. I'm a little bit of a shy person when it comes to like celebrating things or something, but she invites us out to celebrate, and she's just like, come on, let's celebrate, and the office is closed right now, like. And then he's like, okay, let's go. Opens the door, and he's like, I'd like to announce that my job car is our Employee of the Month. And everyone is cheering so loud, and I was so happy. I was in a really bad mood before that, and getting this yesterday, I was super duper happy because I like the anger that I had. I literally just was like, it didn't exist that time. I was so happy, but I went out to the host podium because I was like, I gotta share this with my hostesses. Like, it's not happening whatsoever. And I went out and I screamed on top of my lungs. This is how it was. Ah! And they are like terrified faces over here. And they're just looking at me like, terrified face. And then they looked at my thing and they're like, oh, you. And they're like, oh my gosh, congratulations. Oh, and they're like giving me hugs, and it was just so sweet of them. And then I went up to my best friend Madison. She works there. She was the person who got with me in the accident, and I was showing this to her. I was like, ah! And then I was showing her mom, which I love her mom a lot. April, I love you. And I was just like so happy. I still can't believe that I got Employee of the Month. I am so happy whatsoever. But anyways guys, if you enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, please do so. And share this video also, please and thank you. Anyways guys, I'll see you next time, and be safe out there and have a smile on your face. Bye!